In this world, blood draws the lines, claws write the laws, and a roar becomes a declaration. This is not a place for the faint of heart. You're entering a realm not built by luck, but carved through relentless purges. Here the hunter doesn't just eat, he erases futures, not for hunger, but for the throne. The lion isn't just a king, he is a verdict passed on any creature that dares disrupt the order he commands. This isn't nature as you know it, this is nature in its sharpest form, where life is the reward for striking first. Today we take you deep into the heart of the savannah to witness the most ruthless lion attacks on Earth ever caught on camera. The lion is not the deadliest predator in the wild. He isn't faster than the cheetah, more persistent than the wild dog, or sharper than the tiger. But he has mastered something greater, timing. He knows which threat will grow. He doesn't kill for food, he kills for power. Whether it's a leopard cub, a young hyena, or a moving pack of dogs, any sign of future risk is a warning. And the lion never ignores a warning. He acts, because the lion is not just a hunter. He is the guardian of an empire with no borders except those drawn in blood, no laws beyond instinct, no crown kept by those who hesitate. Remember this, while others kill to survive, the lion survives to rule a place no one dares to claim. Some hunts are over in a blink, others are executions, carefully staged in silence. A male lion crouches low, hidden by the tall grass, eyes locked on 3 leopards fighting for territory. He makes no sound, no movement. He waits, not for prey, but for the moment to end 3 threats at once. When he charges, none of them react in time. One leap, precise, final. They die not because they were weak, but because they never saw it coming. The lion wasn't hunting food. He was hunting the future. He knows power isn't brute force, it's knowing when to strike and doing it. That is not strength, that is control. African wild dogs bow to no one. They are quiet predators, but frighteningly effective. They don't rely on individual strength. They rely on speed, collective intelligence, and the unity of the pack. But even packs make mistakes. And their greatest mistake is stepping into lion territory. The battle begins as the sun sets. A pack of wild dogs feasts on an antelope carcass near the edge of the plains. They don't know. On the hill above, 3 male lions have been watching. Not for the kill, but for the audacity. Without warning, the lions charge down like axes, crashing into the throats of trespassers. Roars explode through the air, louder than the rustling leaves. The pack scatters in panic, but some turn to fight. A clash between speed and strength, between calculated tactics and pure fury. When the blood sinks into soil and silence returns, only one message drifts in the wind. Victory does not belong to the many. It belongs to the one who never needs a second chance. The lion is not king just because he is strong. He is king because he walks into battles others only dare to watch from a distance. Zebras stay in herds relying on numbers. They listen, sniff the wind, and run at the first sign of danger. But what they lack is a plan. The lion has won. Lionesses spread out like chess pieces. They don't chase each zebra, they break the herd. Once one is isolated, it's not dead yet. It's being measured. Every breath, every step, until the rhythm breaks and then the strike. The zebra doesn't die from being slow, it dies for stepping wrong. Nature doesn't kill weakness, it kills disorder. To the lion, chaos is an open door, and instinct walks right through it. The plains fall silent. Only two impalas remain locked in a brutal mating battle. Horns clash, hooves grind, eyes fixed only on each other. They don't know another pair of eyes is watching. Not for victory, but for blood. A lioness approaches, one step at a time. The dry grass makes no sound. She doesn't need to chase, she doesn't need strength. She only needs the right moment. And then it comes. One impala lifts its head, not to breathe, but to die. Sometimes life doesn't end in defeat. It ends in 1 second of lost awareness. The lion does not hunt only the weak. She kills those disconnected from the now. Victory in the wild doesn't belong to the boldest. It belongs to the one who pauses, who listens, who feels the wind shift. The lioness knows this well. She wastes no energy. She doesn't strike the wrong target. She chooses the moment. And in that moment, everything ends. The impala is not weak. It's fast, agile, alert. But once the mind sinks into passion and rivalry, the body forgets how to survive. The lion doesn't kill out of instinct alone. She kills to remind the land, there's only one rule here. And if you forget it, you disappear. Hyenas scream into the night. They call out to the pack. They laugh loudest when they steal a kill. They believe chaos is power. They think noise is a shield against danger. But to a lion, it is a challenge. Under a dim moon, a male lion stalks the hyena's den. No growls, no charges, just a long shadow crawling across the ground. He doesn't strike the adults. He picks the pup, because he knows cutting into the next generation kills hope the fastest. And he doesn't kill right away. He keeps the pup alive, trembling, fading, not to torture, but to lure the pack out in panic, an old tactic, always effective. When they rush to rescue, the lion strikes, clean, deep, without resistance. The lion is a warrior, but above all, he is a strategist. He doesn't need to win many battles, just one. At the right time, in the right place, and it changes everything. Hyenas fight in packs, they win through numbers, but in chaos, no one commands. And when the lion throws chaos back into them, he cuts both spirit and structure in half. They laugh loud, but when the lion closes in, that laugh dies like a candle crushed by the wind. Silence is the real power. And in the war between silence and noise, only order survives. No one is born a king. In nature, a throne isn't given. It's taken, with claws, blood, and the cost of survival. When a strange male enters the territory, he doesn't hesitate. He's not here for scraps, not seeking shelter. He arrives with a roar, shaking the plains, trembling the branches, and warning the one who holds the crown, "Come out. Fight or disappear." There is no referee, no audience, only claws tearing flesh, jaws tightening on throats. Earth backing away as two storms collide. The lionesses, true queens, watch silently. They do not interfere. They understand. Leadership must be earned through dust and silence. The winner earns loyalty. The loser vanishes or dies. And when one finally bows, there is no pity. No mourning. Only the law. The weak must leave the frame. Lions don't fight to kill. They fight to be remembered as those who never back down when the crown was at stake. In the open savanna, there are no hiding places. The buffalo, massive, unyielding, a walking fortress, faces the one predator bold enough to challenge him head-on. The hunt doesn't start with speed. It starts with patience. Lionesses spread out, melting into the grass. They don't chase the herd. They break it, forcing one to fall behind, forcing one to stand alone. And when that happens, the ground explodes. Claws dig into flesh. Horns swing like war axes. Dust turns to a storm of blood and muscle. The buffalo fights back, charging, lifting, throwing lions into the air. But the pride is relentless. One lion on the flank, another on the back, jaws locking onto the windpipe. Every second is a gamble. A slip and the hunter becomes the hunted. A hit from those horns can shatter bone. But when the lions hold, when the weight and the bite crush the will to stand, the savanna falls silent. The king's roar carries over the plains and the herd scatters into the distance. This isn't just hunting. It's war fought in dust and blood where only the strongest and the most ruthless survive. Every species has its role. Grazers trim the grass, predators thin the herds, but only the lion enforces order. He doesn't patrol daily, he doesn't need to. A single paw print in the dirt, a distant roar, an old bloodstain on the trail, enough to silence the forest. When a lion kills something that isn't prey, no one questions it. No courts, no protests, because he is the law. He doesn't kill for hunger, he kills for balance. There is no fairness in who he chooses. No mercy in how he ends it. Only one rule remains: order. A forest without a lion is no longer a forest. It becomes chaos, where prey rules and weakness breeds without end. The lion doesn't fight everyone. He fights only when the world needs a reminder of who built the foundation. Life walks on. There are hundreds of predators, but only one is called king. Not because of unmatched power, not because of speed, but because of deep understanding. The lion doesn't just exist, he strategizes. He knows when to kill and when not to, when to strike and when just to watch. He doesn't chase noise, he's not greedy. He chooses his targets, chooses his moment. That is real power. You may be stronger than a lion, faster, smarter. But if you don't know when to act, you won't survive this game. Nature does not forgive, and it certainly doesn't crown those who can't hold their ground. With claw and mind. Not all strength lasts forever. No predator stays young forever. When a lion grows old, his back curves, his teeth dull, his wounds heal slower, and nature gives no rest. Those who once fled his roar now wait in the shadows. Leopards watching, hyenas sniffing old scars, younger males planning his downfall. The old lion does not beg, he does not whimper. He stands, he scrapes the ground, he roars into the sky as if refusing to vanish quietly. And if death must come, he chooses to fall where he once ruled, not as a loser, but as a king who once made the land bow. Time doesn't kill you in nature. It leaves you alone, surrounded by those still strong enough to take everything. A lion dies. His body fades, claimed by insects, hyenas, and time. But what he leaves behind is not in the flesh. It lives in the paths he once walked. The grasslands free of leopard tracks, the antelope that falls silent at sunset. A roar can echo for 3 miles, but the true lion's impact lives in memory. In the herds he protected through dry seasons, in the cubs who survived because he stood guard, in the enemies who died before they ever became a threat. He leaves no statues, no graves, only silence where his voice once ruled, and the sense that silence now is more dangerous than any roar he ever gave. A legacy is not in what a lion takes. It's in what he prevents others from doing. You've just stepped out of a world where every roar is a decree, where blood on the ground is not a crime but a law, and where the crown doesn't go to the strongest, but to the one who knows when to strike, why to exist, and how to do what no one else dares. If you think you understand nature, look again. Nature doesn't care if you understand. It only cares if you survive. If this journey moved you, if your heart beat faster, if you went silent while watching life and death exchange power, then follow us. Stay with us, because what you just saw is only the beginning. Ahead lie untold stories, raw truths, ruthless, yet utterly beautiful. This is not a place for fantasy. This is where you learn how the real world works. We don't tell fairy tales, we tell instinct. And you, if you've come this far, are brave enough to face it. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and prepare for the next journey where nature roars and truth is never hidden.